Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to Greece as the Basketball Champions League regular season continues here in Group D, with Άρης taking on French opposition in Nanterre. This is how Group D stands at the moment. Beşiktaş currently leading the way, with Nîmes also on 5 points. They have played an extra game, though, than Nanterre, Sedigas, Ustend and Άρης. So, of course, those four teams played today to try and make inroads in the Group D table. Well, Άρης are 1-1 so far in the group, whereas Champions League newcomers Nanterre have come flying out of the blocks, and they're 2-0 at the moment. The home side looking to try and build on a last 16 exit last season, where they lost out to French opposition in Asvel, whereas Nanterre had great success in Europe last season and actually won the FIBA Europe Cup. This is their roster. Nanterre, and the likes of Schüler, the number 7, has had a tremendous start to the Basketball Champions League, 14.3 points he's averaging. Other names to look out for, the likes of Invenicios also averaging 11 points, Aminu 11.8, and some of the players that look to do damage on the glass today, the likes of also Aminu, who's averaging 5.8 rebounds, Schüler 5 rebounds a game. There's plenty of talent in and amongst this Nanterre roster. As for Άρης, well, they are returning a host of Greek players, whilst they're replacing some imports as well. The likes of Dimitris Moran, who's joined from Άρης for his rookie season out of Florida Gulf University, and he joins Brent Petway, who's no stranger to the Basketball Champions League. Kwame Vaughan has had a good start. He makes the jump to Άρης from the Fraport Skyliners, where he turned heads last year in this competition. And also the likes of NBA veteran Kyle Weaver, who was playing in Poland last season. They're delighted to welcome him to their roster as well. And of course they have the likes of Panagiotis Vasilopoulos, who has much experience at the forward position. It's been 3 men really doing the damage offensively for them. Vasilopoulos averaging 11 points a game, Kyle Weaver averaging 10, and Gary Bell as well, who's also averaging 11 points a game. So Nanterre will just be introduced to the crowd here. Yeah, tremendous achievement for Nanterre last year, beating Elen Chalon in the final of that FIBA Europe Cup. It was a thrilling final, 140-137 they beat them on aggregate. They have already had to come through qualifying to reach the regular season. They beat Smoky Minsk by 5 points on aggregate in qualifying to make sure that they actually got here. Whereas Άρης had a much more straightforward route through. The turn of the home side to be introduced. Got off to a winning start on game day 1, did Άρης here at home, where they beat Stelmet Zielona Gora 70 points to 64. And we're then on the receiving end of a bit of a hammering on game day 2, away to Nîmes in the Czech Republic, 99-70 that one finished. So a little bit of inconsistency early on for the Greek side. They'll be looking to try and put that right. And as for Nanterre, well, they've had a couple of close ones, reasonably close ones, but they have come out on top on both occasions. They started game day 1 away from home against Nîmes, and they beat them 81 points to 72. And they then followed that up back in France on game day 2 last Wednesday, when they beat Sedigas Avellino 89 points to 81. So a couple of reasonably narrow victories, but wins nonetheless. And they're off to the perfect start. No nerves at all being shown by Nanterre in the Basketball Champions League this year for the first time. Didn't play last year, of course, Άρης did, so just wonder if that experience will begin to count at some stage. Had a 9-8 record last year in the Basketball Champions League, did Άρης. Were knocked out at the round of 16 stage. We'll be looking to try and go further than that this year. They have lost a few of their big players, the likes of Will Cummings, who's moved to Turkey. Giannathopoulos has gone to AEK Athens. Vladimir Yankovic, Michael Jenkins as well have both moved on. So that's a little disappointing for them. But it's quite a cool story, really. The Nanterre story. Club built on community and family values by a handful of volunteers back in 1989. Here are the referees today, Puerto Vicente of Spain, Bjedik Harris, Bosnia, and Cici Gentian of Albania. Yeah, it's been a pretty fast rise for Nanterre. Pretty new club. They won the French Pro A back in 2013, the Euro Challenge in 2015, and as I've already mentioned, the FIBA Europe Cup in last year. And statistically, Nanterre had a season in Europe last season that put them amongst the elite. They had an offensive rating of 117.7. Saw them in a category with the most potent attacking forces on the continent as we take a look at their starting five. Yeah, they were really behind only the likes of Real Madrid on 118.7 points per 100 possessions in the EuroLeague. Here is the ARΗS starting five. Dimitris Flionis there at the point. Kyle Weaver as well is a very talented shooting guard, and the likes of big Keith Benson will be looking to go to work on the glass. They did have a weakness though. Statistically last year, Nanterre, it was on the defensive end. They had a defensive rating of 107. Which was above the average for French clubs. And there is a man who is very well accustomed to life in Nanterre, Pascal Donadieu, who's been there since the 80s, believe it or not. Not too many coaches in any sport these days that last that amount of time. Kind of like the Arsene Wenger of basketball. And there is Panagiotis Giannakis of ARΗS, who's seen it all before. He won gold at Eurobasket 2005 with the Greek side. He was actually in charge of China before he came to ARÍS, and he once played for ARÍS as well for quite a long time, 9 years or so. Great to see the young kids in. See this in the Basketball Champions League. I always say what a great time these games tip off. Just after work, after the kids finish school, just get them down and get them watching some quality basketball. So here we go then. Game day 3 of the Basketball Champions League. ARÍS taking on Nanterre, and it is Nanterre who control the first possession. So immediate whistle. There is Jamal Schuler. A wonderful start, the catch and shoot from the outside, or does he get the roll? No, he doesn't, and the tip is good and finds its way into the arms of Kyle Weaver. Now looking to go himself, difficult shot, running to his left, but making with the right hand. And Giannis Athignao is off and running. Boos ring out as the Nanterre players touch the ball as Schuler tries to make a little floater. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound though. And the putback is good by Alad Aminou. Nigerian-American Alad Aminu. Here's Weaver. Got to work himself. That was way too easy. Went past Invernizzi as though he wasn't even there, did Serelis. Need to tighten up on the defensive end a little bit there, Nanterre. The three is on the way, just a little too much on it. Another offensive rebound by Aminu. Gives it back to Aminu, who throws up the two, looks to try and bank it in, can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound, this time by Shafatzik. Now Schuler is left open. That's a dangerous thing to do. Can't get the three to go. Rebound by Michalis Serelis. Here's Dimitris Flionis. Great pass out to the corner. The three on the way. No good. Rebound by Konate. Konate. Extra pass. The three is finally good. Haven't started great from the outside, Nanterre, but Shafatzik knocks down the first. Here's Weaver. Looking to respond is Flionis, and nothing but net for Dimitris Flionis, as he does respond with a three of his own, and Arris retake the lead early on, 7-5. Aminu. Konate looking to try and feed it back to Aminu. Konate's done well to pick up the loose ball. Shot clock is down to one, and the three right before the buzzer is good. So Jamal Schuler is off and running for Nanterre. It's the man they want to heat up. Knocked out of bounds, but Arris will keep it. Yeah, he got a bit of a hero's welcome, I think, Jamal Schuler on his return from Monaco. Mentioned earlier that Nanterre won the Euro Challenge in 2015. Well, Schuler was actually the Euro Challenge Final Four MVP when they won that competition. Shafatzik back to Aminu, throws up the long two, can't get it to go, and Arris will have it. Dinio. Now Benson, who throws up an awkward-looking shot, can't get it. Aminu grabs the rebound, and the foul goes on Benson. Aminu. Shafatzik now throws up another three, looking for his second, can't get it. Rebound Keith Benson. Foul on Aminu this time. There's no doubt that Nanterre will miss Spencer Butterfield this season, one of the best range shooters in Europe. As Weaver throws up a three, trying to get himself going. Rebound by Invenitsi. Shafatsik. The three from miles downtown, no good. And the loose ball is collected by Dinio. Didn't see the man behind him, it was Konate. But the ball, I think, had already gone out of bounds, so Karras will keep it. Yeah, Spencer Butterfield actually set a Europe Cup record with 11 threes in a game against Dushak Sportif, including going 9 from 9 to start with. So they will miss him. They need the likes of Jamal Shula to come in and try and replace that scoring prowess. Vasilopoulos checking in, as is Johan Passan Duktail. Needs to inbound it quickly, and does, and rather panicked in the end, and in the end Arris do turn it over. Invenitsi out to the corner. I think the foot was on the line. It would have been a 2 if it had gone. Rebound by Benson. Here's big Keith Benson now going to work on the other end of the floor. The rebound, the foul goes on Pasav Duktail. Seemed too happy, the 32-year-old, to join from Dijon this year. So first trip to the foul line goes to Keith Benson. A very brief spell in China did Keith Benson, a bit like his coach before signing for Arris this year. Invenitsi. Shafatsik is fouled, and the foul goes on Poulianitis. Three years of age now, Heiko Shafatsik. It's 1 from 2, rebound by Vasilopoulos. Lianitis. Good perimeter defense here by Nanterre. Not allowing them too many open looks from the outside. Dinio looking to go to work himself. Great defense. And now Konate can run the floor. Eric Murphy back to Shula. Shot clock down to 5, and he's thrown it away as Shafatsik. Vasilopoulos looking to go to work himself, and does, and a nice finish with the left hand as well from the experienced Vasilopoulos. His first points of the game, and Arris lead again, 10-9, with 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Shafatsik throws it up from the foul line and connects. Terrell struggling with their shot at the moment. They won't mind Keith Benson having that shot particularly. Shafatsik out to Konate, who lines it up. No good. The offensive rebound, and the putback is good by Johan Pasav Duktail. Daniel throws it out. Drives, great penetration and an easy finish. Stelios Poulianitis. Here's Eric Murphy. He's fouled on his way up. And Konate will head to the line and shoot two. Foul goes on Kyle Weaver. Doesn't look too happy with the call. Not really sure how he can complain about that, to be honest. It's clear as day. That's the two from Vasilopoulos up the other end. So a three-point lead. Konate takes a seat. Now Kwame Vaughan on the floor. Leonis in a bit of trouble here, and the double team works, but last touch I think was off Shafatsik, so Arris will keep it with 9 seconds on the clock. And a little lucky there, did Leonis. He was running down a blind alley. So inbounds here, Leonis, and well, that's really poor from the Greeks. Took too long with the inbound pass, and they'll turn it over to Nanterre. Petway, not to be confused with Brent Petway on the Arris roster, spelt slightly differently. The step back fadeaway two is no good, and Brent Petway with the rebounds. Vasilopoulos thought about the three, bounce pass was a pretty good idea. Now Petway stepping back and throwing the two, no good. Jamal Schuler to Eric Murphy. Murphy surrounded though, does well not to step out of bounds, but in the end just throws it away. Straight to Kwame Vaughan. And now in transition down the other end, back outside to Vaughan. Great pass underneath. And he just couldn't quite sort his feet out in time to get the two away. And in the end, a bit of a scrappy possession. Last touch was off Passav Duktel, and Arris will keep it with 10 on the clock. Here's Kwame Vaughan. Nice little turn, but can't get the two to go. Another offensive rebound. Throws it back outside to Leonis. He's already made 1-3, turned it down this time. Kwame Vaughan drives, throws it back outside. Leonis, another little fake, out to the corner. This will be a two if it's good, which it is. Good ball movement by the Greeks, and eventually the two knocked down by Spiros Mortos. And we've got about 6 seconds between the shot and the game clock here to end this first quarter. Here is a little Nick Moore. And he's fouled on his way up, was Passav Duktel. He'll shoot two. Credit to the Nanterre supporters who have made the trip to Thessalonica today to watch their team. Looking to try and extend their 100% start to the Basketball Champions League, of course, in the group. Makes both from the line. And we've got 8 seconds left on the clock. The lead is up to 3. Don't have to rush too much here. Arris is Kwame Vaughan. Vaughan decides to throw it up with 3 seconds to go and knocks down a nice jumper. And that will be that for the opening quarter. Another close encounter here in the Basketball Champions League. It's something that we're getting quite accustomed to. Now it's been reduced to 32 teams instead of 40. Really competitive games week in, week out, and it looks like we may have another one here. End of the first, Arris 16, Nantes 17. So here are the stats then. Arris shooting the ball a little bit better from 2-point range than their French opponents, both seemingly struggling from the outside so far. And here's a look at some of the highlights from this opening quarter. So second quarter underway. Arris trailing by a point. Here's Flionis. Vasilopoulos thought about the long two, decided against it. The fadeaway two is good by Vasilopoulos. He's had a good Basketball Champions League so far for Arris. Shooting, averaging 11 points a game so far. Good work on the defensive end by Brent Petway, but decent hustle. Passav Ducktail just couldn't quite bring the ball in, and eventually Arris can bring it forward with Vasilopoulos. Now Gary Bell, another who's had a pretty good start to life in the Basketball Champions League. Extra pass, Brent Petway for 3, comes up way short. And the rebound by Nick Moore, don't say that too often. The man who stands at just 175 centimetres, Nick Moore. Nice pass inside, Murphy looking to try and go to work. Yeah, quite, I thought it was actually going to be called a travel, but in fact, the 2 has been given, and he'll shoot 1 as well, Eric Murphy. It looked like a travel to me, and you can understand why the Arris supporters aren't necessarily that happy with the call. I think when the whistle went, everyone was expecting to see a travel. And Eric Murphy makes the 2, and chance for a 3-point play here. Basketball in the genes from Eric Murphy. His father Jay, former NBA player, and his mother Päivi played for the Finnish women's national basketball team for 6 years as well. So it was always fairly inevitable that Eric was going to do something in basketball. Here is Dimitris Flionis, throws it outside, Petway for 3, count it! Came up way short on his last shot from the outside did Brent Petway. That was much more like it, the steal from Flionis. And the unsportsmanlike calls on Nick Moore. Bit stupid really from the American. So Flionis will shoot 2 from the line, and then ARΗS will get possession back as well. So could be a costly moment there from Nick Moore. He's only 20 years of age, Dimitris Flionis. Did win gold with Greece at the under-18 and under-20 European Championships, so he's got good pedigree for the national side in the younger age groups. Here's Flionis again up against Shafatsik. Flionis turns and with his left hand can't get it to go. The rebound was by Kwame Vaughan, and he does really well to draw the foul, Kwame Vaughan. Foul goes on Eric Murphy. Back come Invenitsi and Alad Aminu. Here's Vaughan. Being urged to shoot Vaughan, which he does, in and out. Offensive rebound by Gary Bell, though. Bell drives, throws it back outside. Extra pass to Kwame Vaughan. Sends him flying. No charge called, and he knocks down the 2. So ARÍS' lead up to 4 as the 3 is on the way. Vasilopoulos with the rebound. So another miss from Nanterre. As well to keep that alive. Petway, now Vasilopoulos. Bell out to Petway for another 3. Brent Petway coming to the party now. Couple of threes in this second quarter now. And the lead is 7 all of a sudden. And Petway has 6 personal. Beautiful rhythm to the shot for Brent Petway. Thunder Petway, as he was affectionately known when he had a brief spell at the Harlem Globetrotters. And a timeout has been called. So ARÍS with the biggest lead of the game so far. It's up to 7. Bench has really come to the party as well. They've scored 18 of the 27 points so far, the ARÍS bench. Petway, nice bounce pass. Can't get the left-handed shot to go in traffic. Konate does well to keep the ball alive. Petway from way downtown, in and out. Offensive rebound by Aminu, can't put it back. And Kwame Vaughan grabs it off the glass. Vaughan again, steps back, throws the long jumper. Gets it to go, increases the lead to 9. Benitzi. Foul goes on Kwame Vaughan. Arris have done well to increase their field goal percentage at the two-point range. They're up to 60% now. Compare that to Nanterre, shooting at just 36%. He scored 3 points all second quarter, Nanterre. Make that 5 points as Aminu makes the 2. His brother, Al-Farouk Aminu, is currently plying his trade at the Portland Trail Blazers in the NBA. Vasilopoulos. Now Bell. Bell can't get the 2 to go, grabs the offensive board though, Gary Bell. Tried to put it back, but in the end has to throw it back outside. Atheniou for 3, can't get it, rebounds Aminu. Shafarczyk, great pass, Shafarczyk, and an easy 2 by Hugo Benitzi. Oh, poor ball handling from Keith Benson, so they'll turn it over, Arris. Disappointed with himself, the big man. This is better tempo from Nanterre, this 2. Good drive from Shafarczyk, just spotted in Benitzi. Now the 3 on the way from Petway, no good. And Vasilopoulos grabs the rebound. Kwame Vaughan, nice bounce pass to Benson, nice little dish, and Vasilopoulos with the 2. Good ball movement by the Greek side. Offensive foul has been called, so Nanterre will turn it over. Offensive foul on Aminu, you can just see that. Gary Bell. Bell fakes the pass, throws the 3, just a little too much on it. Rebound Schuler. Now in Benitzi, out to Jamal Schuler. Nothing but net for Schuler again. He's the man they need to try and get firing to try and reduce the deficit here. He's got 6 points now. Small collection of Nanterre fans up on their feet. That 3 from Schuler, and a timeout has been called here.
Low post for against the point guard. Against the point guard. Plus 1 or 2. Okay? Nothing happens, don't forget. If we cannot pass each other, we scream. And we pass, and we read inside. And if you have a problem, we call red. Okay? With 5. Okay? Okay? Let's go. Let's go! Let's go! 1, 2, 3!
Just over 3.5 to go in this first half. Nanterre have reduced the deficit to just 4. Have trailed by as many as 7 in the second quarter, and Arris turned it over. Jamal Schuler in Venezia now. Oh, well rejected by Vasilopoulos. Just hesitated a little bit in the shot. Did in Venezia, allowed Vasilopoulos to make the block, and now up the other end. Makes it difficult too. Penetration. Left all alone to try and knock down the 2. Ducktail can't get it, but offensive rebound. The 3 now on the way. The 3 is down by Heiko Shafarczyk. And he has 9 points now, does Shafarczyk. Kwame Vaughan, nice bounce pass to Benson with the slam. Get out of my way, Keith Benson says. You have to be a brave man to try and stop him. Now Schuler looking to go coast to coast, throws it back outside. Shafarczyk for another 3 from that corner. No good on this occasion. Nanterre will keep it here. This is the block from Vasilopoulos. And the 2 down the other end. Great pass. Don't think Konate was fully expecting it. Comes off the leg of Konate, so Arris will have it. Here is Petway, extra pass to Kyle Weaver, looking to get going, knocks down the 3. And Kyle Weaver with his first points of the game. Murphy looking to respond with a 3 of his own, comes up way short, offensive rebound though by Pasab Ducktail. Last touch was off the Nanterre number 42, and Arris will keep it. This is the dunk just a moment ago from Big Keith Benson. So another timeout called. Decent crowd in, you can see just behind there. Big arena here, so difficult to fill it up, but a collection of supporters have come in here in Thessalonica.
Faites ce qu'on vous demande. Quand on dit corde, c'est under, on fait under. Inventez pas des trucs.
So 90 seconds or so to go in this second quarter. Άρης lead by 8. Soreles. Thanu, nice little spin and backs it in with the right hand. Difficult shot made to look very simple. And the lead is a double-digit one for the first time in the ball game. Murphy looking to reduce that by 3, which he does. Eric Murphy up to 6. Both of them have come from beyond the arc. Diniao responds with a 3 of his own. And both sides catching fire as we head down to the final stages of this first half. The lead up to 10 again. Άρης shooting at 42% from the outside so far. Murphy in traffic, rejected. Diniao, nice pass underneath. Soreles makes the 2, is fouled and 1. Chance for a 3-point play. Nantère have got to be careful here because they're in danger of letting this game slip away from them right in the dying stages of this first half. The lead's up to 12. Chance to make it 13 now. From what's been a pretty close first half. All of a sudden, Άρης just beginning to turn the screw. So Soreles makes the 3-point play. Nantère have got 12 seconds or so to try and have the final possession in this first half. Foul goes on Stelios Poulianitis. Well, this is the man they'd quite like to take the final shot if they can. Jamal Schuler for 3, makes it right on the buzzer. So he makes it a 10-point game at the half-time interval. Jamal Schuler. So the Άρης fans stand and applaud their side off at half-time. Άρης 46, Nantère 36. Here are the stats, then you can see Άρης shooting the ball really well from 2-point range, 14 from 21, they're 42% from beyond the arc as well. Nantère below 40% on both 2 and 3 points at the moment. 5 steals for Άρης as well. Couple of blocks, a few more turnovers for Nantère. And here are the game leaders. Vasilopoulos leading the way with points and rebounds for Άρης. 8 points, 3 rebounds. Leonis with a couple of assists. Schuler with 9 points for Nantère. Amanieu with 5 rebounds. Inbenitsi with a couple of assists. Brent Petway with 2 big steals and 2 3-pointers as well. Shifatzik also has 9 points for Nantère. So I'll leave you with the highlights from the first half. Make sure you're back in 10 minutes time or so as the second half will get underway. But at the break, Άρης 46, Nantère 36. welcome back everybody to Thessalonica here in Greece. It is game day 3 of the Basketball Champions League, and we're at half-time here between Arris and Nanterre, the French side who have started their debut Basketball Champions League season pretty well. They've got off to a 2-0 run, but they're struggling here at half-time. Arris with a 10-point lead, 46 points to 36 is the advantage at the moment for the Greek side. Vasilopoulos leading the way with 8 points, 3 rebounds. Jamal Shula with 9 points himself for Nanterre. Aminu with 5 rebounds so far. But it all just got away from them fairly swiftly towards the end of that second quarter, Nanterre. Arris all of a sudden just went on a big run. They did lead by as many as 13. A late 3 from Nanterre did cut the lead to 10, so still more than in it, but Arris just shooting the ball much better than their French opponents. 66% from two-point range so far and 41% from 3. Nanterre are just 37 and 35% respectively so far. And the bench as well has really come into its own for Arris. 24 bench points for the Greek side, just 10 for Nanterre so far. There is one more game still to play in Group D today. That'll be starting reasonably soon, in about an hour's time. Actually, even sooner than that, I think. It's Sidigis Avellino against Στην. So those are the two sides that finish off Group D on game day 3. Had 2 games yesterday in the group, with Ches Nymburk coming through a bit of a thriller against Telekom Basket's Bonn. So the German side still yet to win their 0-3 after an 89-87 defeat to Ches Nymburk. And the other game in Group D was also a good one. Besiktas against Stelmet Zielona Gora, 65-60 to Besiktas, but that was some turnaround from the Turkish side. They were really struggling coming down the stretch in that 4th quarter. They trailed by as many as 6, I think it was, with just a couple of minutes to go. And Besiktas finished really strongly with a really clutch 3 by Mustaf with just a few seconds to go, and Besiktas eventually winning 65-60. So those are the 2 games that have already happened in Group D. One still to come, and this one 46-36 as the 3rd quarter is now off and running. Shefarczyk tries to get them going with an early 3 of his own, grabs his own rebound though. Shefarczyk throws one up from the foul line and makes the 2. Here is Kwame Vaughan up against Shefarczyk. Defense out to Kyle Weaver, now Dimitris Flionis, who had a good first half. Now Morant, and rejected by Aminu. Great defense by Alad Aminu. It is 46-38. The score graphic just hasn't been updated. There it is as I say it. Shula as Konat catches and just comes up short with the 3. Rebound by Dimitris Morant. Target with the 2. Morant with the rebounds. Only 25 years of age, Dimitris Morant, out of Florida Gulf Coast University. As the 3 is good, and Jamal Shula knocks down another. Kwame Vaughan steps back, throws the long 2, Kyle Weaver, who's been reasonably quiet so far. Kyle Weaver, that's just his 5th point. Aminu, good hands by Shefarczyk to keep the ball alive. Shefarczyk with the no-look pass. Aminu is fouled, and Aminu will shoot 2. poor pass, easily read by Hugo Invernizzi. Foul goes on Vasilopoulos. You can hear the Arris supporters trying to get behind their team. Nice little feint by Invernizzi, and had all the time to make the three. Big play by Hugo Invernizzi. Very calmly done, just the fake to send the defender. Now Flionis. Lead is now just down to 4. It's been a good start to this third quarter by the French team, the FIBA Europe Cup champions last season. Zealous there, how Konate to try and steal possession. So 14-second reset for Arris. Weaver to Flionis. Good perimeter defense this by Nanterre. Flionis again, shot clock is down to 1. Flionis throws it up, comes up well short. Konate just tips it to Aminu. Good defensive possession by Nanterre there. Here is Konate. Now Jamal Schuler. Back to Schuler, great play. The three is well short. Big rebound though by Invernizzi to give them a second chance. The fans thought it was a travel, as did the players. They immediately looked round as the ball went out of bounds and just kind of signalled they thought it was a travel as well that wasn't called. Still see Vasilopoulos there staring at the official, but Nanterre will keep it. Just 1.6 on the clock, doesn't get the roll. Vasilopoulos with the rebound and immediately passes it on to Kwame Vaughan. Flionis. Flionis, shot clock is down to 1, throws it back outside. I don't think he had any idea that the shot clock was counting down and should have just thrown up the 2 himself rather than throwing it back outside. By the time it found his teammate, the buzzer had gone and a shot clock violation for Arris. Flionis takes a seat. Keith Benson checks back in. Shafatsi, nice little no-look pass, and Keith Benson is called on the foul. Let's have a look here. Yeah, did just grab his left forearm there on the way up. So we'll head to the line. Will Aminu. Father's from Nigeria, his mother's from New York, is Aled Aminu. Makes 1 from 2 from the line. Brent Petway just about to check back in for the Greek side. Had a good first half as well, did Petway. Keith Benson checks out. It's a 3-point game. As Petway doesn't get the roll. Invernizzi with the rebound. Schuler, great little pass, and is fouled. Foul goes on Kyle Weaver. have too many complaints about that. Kyle Weaver really having you to the foul line again. Quite amazing just there when we saw Pascal Donadieu. But he has been in charge for so long, since the late 1980s he's been in charge, Pascal Donadieu. How many coaches that are in charge of any sport these days that have been there for as long as that? Petway nearly has the ball stolen off him. Now Kyle Weaver. Weaver to Petway, lining up another three. Comes up short though this time. Brent Petway, he's got 6 points. All 6 of them have come from the outside. 2 from 6 from the field as Schuler lines up a three and connects. Jamal Schuler has 15. He's 5 from 8 from the field today, Jamal Schuler. And the 10-point deficit at half-time has been reduced to just 1 as a timeout has been called. Apologies, he's got 12 points, Schuler, 4 from 7 from the field, not 15. Let's try and listen in.
Move the ball from one side to the other. We start first with the weak and move the ball. Don't go spin and take the ball. The second pick and roll, use it, okay?
Come back.
First offense. Let's go, play. Elevator early.
So it's been a really good turnaround in this third quarter from Nanterre, outscoring Arris 14 points to 2. They now lead by 50 points to 48 with 4.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Lining up a three to try and retake the lead. It's another miss, but a foul is called. Gary Bell just loses his footing, does well to keep hold of the ball though. Vasilopoulos spins, difficult fadeaway two, it's no good. Shafatsik with the rebound. Here's Aminu, good defense by Petway, forcing them back outside. Shafatsik again runs into Petway. This has been a good defensive play so far by Arris, and in the end they do get the miss. Petway. Dinio, step back two is no good. Does well to prevent the ball from going out of bounds as well. Does Invenitsi, now Petway, Terran Petway for Nanterre. Invenitsi again, foul is called. Arris not too happy with the decision. It's gone on Michalis Sereles. Nanterre since 2015, as Hugo Invernizzi made his French national team debut last year as well, 2016. Offensive foul, I think, has been called. So Arris turn it over again. Nanterre have the opportunity to extend their lead, which currently stands at 4. Terran Petway actually led the Big Ten Conference in scoring during the 2013-14 season, did Terran Petway. Went undrafted in the 2015 NBA draft, did sign with the Atlanta Hawks, but was later waived after just 3 preseason games. Played his year in Italy last season before signing with Nanterre. Back offensive fouls, one for Arris, one for Nanterre, that one called on Passav Ductail. Petway thought about throwing up the 3. Good hustle by Passav Ductail. And it's another turnover. Didn't really fall for the fake. Vaughan checks back in. Shifatsi. So travel has finally been called, much to the delight of the Arris fans, who have wanted 3 or 4 travels called today that haven't been. But eventually it was on Invernizzi. Still, they've scored just 2 points all quarter here, Arris. We've nearly played 8 minutes. Petway. Can they just try and guarantee themselves a good look? Gary Bell now. Back out to Petway, who shoots the 3, and finally they connect from the outside. It's Brent Petway again, who's got 9, and he's 3. 7 now, field goals today. Brent Petway, all 9 points coming from the outside. He needed that, just a 1-point game again. And they've turned it over. Terran Petway this time. Gary Bell in transition. Good transitional defense, though, by the French side. Managed to get bodies back. Vaughan throws it into Petway in the low post. Petway, really difficult shot, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound though, and they've got a box out better than that, Nanterre. They forced a difficult shot from Petway and just allowed Michalis Sereles to grab the offensive board and put it back for an easy 2. And now Arris retain the lead. Just a 1-point game though. 3 is on the way, comes up short. Rebound though by Passav Ductail. More boos ring out. Foul is called. Enjoying it. The youngsters that are in today enjoy it even more if Arris can go on a little run again like they did towards the end of the second quarter. Assuming that both Arris fans, as Passav Ductail knocks down the first free throw and levels up the game, 53-53. Can't make the second. Sirellis with the rebound. Bit of a chance for a 2-for-1 here, Arris. Foul goes on Invernizzi. So 1-point lead for the Greek side as Kyle Weaver checks out. It's been his greatest game of the Basketball Champions League so far for Kyle Weaver. About a second between the shot and the game clock. Jamal Schuler looking to try and orchestrate something here. Schuler. Shafarczyk, difficult shot. Air ball, and the rebound by Kwame Vaughan. But it's a third quarter that Nanterre will be very, very happy with. They trailed by 10 going into it. They trail by just 1 at the end of it. Held Arris to just 8 points in that third quarter. Considering they scored 30 in the second quarter, that is some turnaround on the defensive end. So the highlights from the third quarter. And it's another close game in the Basketball Champions League. We've seen plenty of them so far in the 3 game weeks. Mentioned right at the start just what a good idea it was to just have a bit of a shuffle around with the format of the competition. Last year, of course, we had 40 teams. Nice little spin move there by Sirellis. We had 40 teams down to 32 this year, and it certainly looks to be a good idea from what I've seen so far in the first 3 weeks. Every game super competitive, just what the fans want to see. Petway lines up a 2, can't get it to go, does really well to prevent the ball going out of bounds, and now in transition down the other end, Gary Bell looking to go coast to coast, has it slapped out of his hands, but illegally, and Gary Bell will head to the foul line. Nice aggressive penetration there from Bell. Actually played in France last season, did Gary Bell. He was at Cholet Basket. Stretches the lead to 5 once more. Just Shafarczyk, quite a nice camera angle. Get to see everything on the floor. Aminu throws it away though. Puts his hand up and immediately apologises, Alad Aminu. He's It's Kwame Vaughan. Vaughan spins, tries to make a really difficult right-handed shot. Aminu with the rebound. The Freeport Skyliners last season was Kwame Vaughan. Extra pass, Eric Murphy thought about the three, decided against it, tried to throw it back outside to Jamal Shula and got it all wrong, throws it out of bounds, and Nanterre turned it over. So Petway takes a seat. Here's Serelis. Vasilopoulos almost had it stolen out of his hands, not once but twice. Aminu in the end did knock it away from Vasilopoulos, but straight out of bounds. So Άρης will keep it with 6 seconds on the clock. Vasilopoulos goes for a difficult long two, no good. Offensive rebound though, and rejected by Aminu. Nick Moore back on the floor for Nanterre. It's an American Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Player of the Year in both 2015 and 2016 was young Nick Moore. Still only 25 years of age. Liking the tempo that Gary Bell's playing with as well in this fourth quarter. Really looking to try and get Άρης going, and great work by Shula. But last touch was off Shula, I think, so Άρης will keep it. Mahou Konate is coming back in. He was at Le Mans last year, was Lahou Konate. Shot clock is down to 2. Someone needs to get the shot away, just dwelt on the ball a little too much. I think he's claiming it hit a leg there. Spiros Mortos. Didn't get the whistle though, and Άρης will turn it over. So Nanterre with another opportunity to try and eat into this 5-point lead. Invenitzi nearly has it stolen by Kwame Vaughan. No backcourt violation, of course, as the last touch was off Άρης number 8. Konate throws up the jumper, no good. And a big rebound by Gary Bell. Bell to Vasilopoulos. Quietly gone about his business today as Vasilopoulos. 8 points and 5 rebounds for him. Serelis has had a big game though. 10 points, 5 rebounds. Foul on Nick Moore. And a timeout has been called. 6 minutes 50 left. Άρης 58, Nanterre 53. Let's try and listen in. Great to see so many kids in the arena, absolutely loving it. And it's good that we've got another close one. The whole family's in. It's great to see. So shot clock is down to 3. Mortos, I'm not sure he realises Mortos does in the end throw it up. Doesn't get it to go, and nearly an offensive rebound by Serelis. Imbanitsi did well. It's Nick Moore. And Konate back to Nick Moore. Thought about the 3, instead just throws it to Imbanitsi and makes it. Unselfish by Nick Moore. It looked as though he was going to throw it up. Instead just saw Imbanitsi in a better position, open, and knocks it down. And now the steal down the other end, and Nanterre with the opportunity to try and tie this one up or even take the lead here. Here is Schuler leading the way for Nanterre with 15 points, 5 from 9 from the field. Moore into Aminu, who can't get the 2 to go. Last touch off Aminu, and Arης will have it. Vasilopoulos thought about the 3, instead saw Gary Bell, who drives to the baseline, rejected by Aminu. Perfectly timed block from Alad Aminu. Vasilopoulos throws up the 3 with the shot clock running down, comes up short, rebound by Imbanitsi. Another chance for Nanterre here to tie this game up. Schuler. Nick Moore, nice little bounce pass. Aminu now on the offensive end, no good. Vasilopoulos with a big rebound. Four and a half to go as Serelis lines up at 3. Nothing but net for Serelis. 13 points personal now for Michalis Serelis to go with his 5 rebounds as well. He's having a big game out there for the Greek side, and he extends the advantage to 5. Moore for 3, looking to respond with one of his own. Kwame Vaughan was the last touch, so Nanterre will keep it. He began his pro career with Arης back in 2007, did Serelis, before moving on to pastures new the year later, and then re-signed for the club last year in 2016. It's an awful possession from Nanterre. Did so well to get another opportunity. Previous play and then a pretty bad inbound pass. Wasn't able to control it, Konate, so he'll turn it straight back over. Baseline, throws it back outside, but stolen by Schuler. Schuler's just slowed down though. Good transitional defense by Arης. Nice pass underneath. Aminu throws it back outside. Extra pass. And the 3 is good by Heiko Shafatsik. And again, it's just a 2-point game. Kwame Vaughan looking to go to work himself, grabs his own rebound and puts it back. Kwame Vaughan. Schuler with a difficult shot, no good. Tries to grab his own rebound, can't, and Gary Bell does bring the rebound down in the end. Out to Kwame Vaughan, who lines up a three! Count it! And Arris lead by 7, with just under 2.5 to go. Kwame Vaughan with a couple of big possessions for Arris. Foul goes on Gary Bell. Here's the three from Vaughan. He's got 11 points now, 4 rebounds and an assist. What it means to Vaughan as he saw the net ripple as responds with one of his own, Hugo Invenizzi. They're not going to go down without a fight here, Nanterre. Just a 4-point game with 2 minutes to go. It's Kwame Vaughan again. They back off him, which is dangerous after what's just happened. Comes up short with the 3 this time. Schuler thought that he'd prevented the ball from going out of bounds, but the whistle comes. Timeout has been called. We've got a really good climax to this game on our hands here. Let's try and listen in to the timeout. So both Panagiotis Giannakis and Pascal Donadieu delivering passionate talks there out of the timeout. Four-point game. 1 minute 44 left to go. Arris bench have really come to play tonight, though. 34 bench points for the Greek side, just 11 for Nanterre. So over half their points, Arris, have come from the benches. Weaver makes a long 2. Nanterre aren't in a position here just to trade. They need to get some stops. They've got to respond with a make of their own as the foul goes on Kwame Vaughan. Two from Weaver that we've just seen. Jamal Schuler, who's been marked closely. Aminu lines up the 2, no good. Kwame Vaughan with the rebound. And a foul goes on Invenizzi, I believe. A 100% start to the Basketball Champions League in serious jeopardy here. Nanterre. They trail by 6, just over a minute to go. No rush here, Άρης, just looking to tick down the seconds. Diniao steps back, throws the 2, comes up way short. Konate with the rebound. Schuler catches, shoots, can't get it to go. Rebound by Serelis. His 6th rebound of the game so far. Here's Serelis again, who's double teamed. And in the end, manages to draw the foul. Another 14-second reset for Άρης. What do Nanterre do here? 28 to go in the game. Down another second as the last touch was off Şefaatçik, so Άρης will keep it again. And the foul goes on Almenu. Serelis heads to the line with 13 points already today. So it makes both from the line. The lead is 8. Another timeout is called, and it's just a feeling from Nanterre that perhaps this game is getting away from them here down the stretch. Just got to remain disciplined here, Άρης. Not do anything stupid. And they should get the win. Done well just to halt the momentum that was building from Nanterre, especially in that third quarter. They turned a 10-point deficit at the start of the third into a 4-point advantage at one stage, did Nanterre. But Άρης have responded well, and they now lead by 8 with just 27 seconds left to go. To inbound again here, Şefaatçik. It's Jamal Schuler. Too many options coming to help him here, Schuler. Eventually Imbanitsi does, and a foul goes on Serelis. I don't think Άρης will be too disappointed by that possession, though, from Nanterre. They tick down a number of seconds. There's now just 9.8 left in the game. Şefaatçik draws the foul, goes on Kwame Vaughan. Shafarczyk. 5 seconds in the game. Shafarczyk throws up the 2, can't get it to go. The rebound by Gary Bell, and the buzzer goes. And Nanterre's 100% start to this year's Basketball Champions League is over. It's Άρης who get the win. They move to 2-1 in the competition, the same as Nanterre. A really good game here in Greece. And Άρης get the win, 70-62 it's finished. Well, it was a game that ebbed and flowed, especially in that second half. Nanterre fought back admirably in the third quarter, outscoring Άρης 17 points to 8, but Άρης turned it on its head in that fourth, outscoring them 16 points to 9. Here are the stats. They just shot the ball better from 2 and 3-point range. Nanterre really struggling at just 27% from 2-point. Άρης out-rebounded the French side as well, not by much, but it was the bench points, as I've mentioned, that massive difference. 34 bench points for Άρης, just 11 for Nanterre. Sorelis led the way, 15 points. Vasilopoulos with 6 rebounds for Άρης. Schüler led the way for Nanterre with 15. Invenitsi with 8 rebounds. Konate had 3 assists as well. Good game for Shafarczyk with 14 points. And Kwame Vaughan made some big threes in that final quarter. And he finished with 11 points personal as well. A big hug for Panagiotis Giannakis and the supporters that have come in to watch this one, delighted as Kyle Weaver goes and just gives all the fans a big high five and thanks them for coming in once again. Άρης looking to better their performance in the Basketball Champions League this season after their last 16 exit in the inaugural Basketball Champions League last year. So nice to see when the players do this with the fans. He'll have a little picture with the kids there as well, make their day. But Άρης, a very professional performance to move to 2-1. Nanterre, I'm sure, will be pretty happy with the way they've started in this Champions League campaign. Making their debut, of course, after winning the FIBA Europe Cup last year. Had to come through qualifying, but I'm sure they would be delighted to start off with those 2 wins, but never an easy place to come here in Thessalonica. Remember, Sadigas Avellino against Ostend is about to start in 20 minutes time or so, so make sure that you stick around for that one. You can watch all the games starting a little later on livebasketball.tv, as you can every single week, of course, here throughout the Basketball Champions League. So here is how Group D stands at the moment. Besiktas, Chesnimberg, Nanterre and Άρης all on 5 points. Άρης are on 5 points, not quite sure why it says they're on 4. Stelmet Zielona on 4 points. They find themselves in 5th position, and of course Sadigas Avellino and Ostend still have to play their 3rd game in the group, and as I mentioned, that will start in 20 minutes time or so, so stick around for that. But it's a pretty tightly contested group. It's going to come right down to the wire, you sense. As the fans leave this wonderful sports hall. Here are the highlights from this one. Άρης are at home again next week, by the way. They are taking on Telekom Baskets Bonn, who are still yet to win in the group. So Άρης with back-to-back home games. And as for Nanterre, they are at home also next week, next Wednesday, up against Ostend in their next match on their travels. Comes on game day 5 when they take on Telekom Baskets Bonn. So I will leave you with the highlights from this one. It's Άρης who have got the win And Nanterre's 100% start is over. Άρης 70, Nanterre 62. Remember, you can watch every single game from the Basketball Champions League on livebasketball.tv. There's the next one from Group D coming in 15 minutes time or so. Make sure you join us for that one, and make sure you're back next week for more coverage from this year's Basketball Champions League.